Let's turn to USA Today national sports columnist and ABC News contributor Christine Brennan. Christine, Tiger Woods, obviously a towering figure, not only in the world of golf, but in American culture, really overall. How is the sports world reacting to this accident?
As you'd expect, Lindsay, it is all the headlines. It is everything that anyone is talking about is Tiger Woods right now. And that makes sense because he is much more than just a golfer. He has been a part of our culture, an iconic member of our culture, and transcending sports for, close to 30 years now, since most people have started to hear about Tiger. We're on a first-name basis with him, Tiger Woods, Tiger. And obviously, he is a legend on the golf course and has made news, and the highs have been so high and the lows have been very low with Tiger over the years, as he has had scandal and injury and so many other things. So I think this is the kind of story that you shudder about, of course, because even though as a journalist I've covered him for 25 years, of course he's a human being, and you hope he's okay. Of course, he's a dad and he's a son, but you also understand the fascination, because this is a man who just keeps coming back. And that victory at the Masters in 2019, after a DUI in 2017, a mugshot, and inability to walk a straight line in a sobriety test. I mean, he just keeps coming back and coming back. And I think those are the kinds of things that have made him a riveting character in our culture, and obviously now someone who everyone is focused on and hope everything's okay for him.
Yeah, riveting to be sure. And you kind of touched on this. Tiger, of course, has faced some challenges in the past decade, his personal indiscretions that ended his marriage, a 2017 DUI arrest caused by his use of pain and sleeping pills, and a string of injuries that nearly took him off of the golf course entirely. Yet, amazingly, he came back to win the 2019 Masters. Tell us about Tiger's health and his recovery in recent years, and what, if he is still able to play, he would contend with as a 45-year-old still trying to compete.
Exactly. He's had so many injuries. His body, he's 45, as you said, Lindsay. His body skews much older than that. He might have the body of a 70-year-old, 75-year-old in terms of all the injuries, surgery after surgery, fifth back surgery. He had knee problems, a broken leg back in 2008 when he won the U.S. Open. So he's gone through a lot. And I think this one, obviously, it's almost as if golf doesn't matter right now, because it's about him. And if both of his legs were injured, as we heard in the press conference, obviously he couldn't walk. They had to take him into the hospital. The concern there is multiple leg injuries and surgery. That is clearly a concern for an athlete. And now I think it almost as if the focus changes. Yes, he's an athlete, and he's an iconic athlete, as I mentioned, but he is also a human being. And right now, it's the human being, Tiger Woods, the very human man, not this superhuman golfer that people, I think, are most concerned about. And that's why this story will stay in the news for a while, because he is such a well-known name. And there are, my goodness, there are people who are born, who are almost 30 years old now, who don't remember a time when they weren't talking about Tiger Woods. He has been that much a part of our culture for that long a period of time.
Yeah, dominated headlines for the good and bad for such a long amount of time. Just a little while ago, we showed some video of him hugging his son, 11-year-old Charlie, that father-son PNC championship also in Orlando. We saw him perhaps most recently as a proud father, encouraging his son, his family, including his relationship with his own father, so much at the center of his time in the national spotlight. How does that impact how we view Tiger Woods today?
Softer, gentler Tiger, you know, the driven, focused machine that we saw for years, and I say that as a compliment, even though obviously machine is not necessarily human. Tiger was almost superhuman and was doing things that we never could believe that could be done, and was so dominating and such a force that it was hard to, and also unapproachable in many ways. I've covered him for a long time, and he can be very difficult to interview and aloof and standoffish. That Tiger now Tiger's changed, and he is a person who I think saw the end of his career, seen it a couple times, and I think he's mellowed and become much more of a dad. And he loved that his daughter and his son were both there at the 2019 Masters to watch him win, because they never had watched him win a major before. So that's the Tiger we're talking about now, a more human Tiger, an adult, mature Tiger, and that's obviously the person that's in trouble tonight.
Christine Brennan, our thanks to you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.